Okay, this is the start of day 2 on the pole barn build. Yesterday I used Jay's cat out here to dig a big old hole back there for a bunch of more fill. We already had the pad kind of started here, but we were way short on dirt. So I spent a couple hours yesterday morning digging a hole in the back corner of our property here. We have really good sand here, so it's excellent fill for something like this. So I brought up our grade, and then my dad and I spent a couple hours with the John Deere and a laser level and got our pad all leveled off nice. And we made our pad even wider than what our building is going to be. You can see down the line here, we extended the pad out a ways so it just doesn't drop right off at the edge of the building. And because we plan on having a door in the back here, and we're going to be able to drive our snowmobiles or tractor or whatever around the building then. But pretty much we're going to leave the rest of the woods the way it stands here. So had a pretty good day yesterday though. I mean, there was about a half of a pad here. I finished building the pad yesterday. We laid out all of our batten boards and got all of our string lines in, and then pulled the string lines down then, and then augered all the holes, and then started setting the post. And so we got one line all set right here, all the way down this one side. So I'll just walk around. I'm going to explain a few things, little tips and tricks and whatnot. So first thing is these batten boards. When you're trying to lay out something like this, you want to try and use a batten board like this, because what it does is it extends your string line beyond your corners, and then you have something to measure off of the whole time. So this line basically represents our 2x4 girt, and then we set all of our posts 1.5 inches back from this line each direction. So you set it in there, you tape measure it in, you plumb it, and it takes a while. You got to keep jockeying these posts around for quite a while till you'll get them perfect, and then you can start backfilling them. And at any point in time you can move the lines out of the way, or you can just actually take it completely off the batten board. And that's what we did. Once we got our building all laid out, we took all these string lines down to auger all the holes after I had gone along and marked the string line everywhere where I needed a post. Then I stuck a flag in the ground at each spot where I had to auger a hole. And we augered a 16-inch hole, so we had plenty of room to be able to move our post around in that hole. Another thing you want to do on your batten board is make a notch out here, right where your string line ends up being. If you put a notch right there in the board with a razor knife, that way when your string line is in there, it's locked in, so to speak. If you were to bump the line, it's not going to move over and then end up sitting over here somewhere, and then you're measuring off of a false point then. So if you make that little notch in your batten board, and then it's not so crucial where your screw goes up, goes in, you just kind of line it up, run your screw in, and then your string line notches down into that board. You can kind of even hear it click into that notch. So just a little tip. I found this on YouTube. I Googled laying out batten boards and stuff, and this was somebody else's idea, and I'm just trying to share information I found. But yeah, that little notch right there holds that string line right in nice and tight. So like I said, we did get one whole wall's worth of posts set here. And it was starting to get late. It was getting close to dinner time, and it was time to call it quits. I mean, I would have went all night till midnight, but then I would have been worthless today. So no sense trying to get it all done in one day. We got all weekend to work on it. It's Saturday morning now, and I got some help. We have help coming today. So this was primarily me, my dad, and Megan working on this yesterday. So Trenton had to work. So we got down to this corner here. Now we'll come around to this side here now. This morning is right where we're going to start. This post we were struggling with it yesterday, and we just decided let's just call it quits right here. It was nothing wanted to go right with it. So we'll start right there today. But hopefully by the end of the day, all the posts are in. And we'll have all the trusses on, I'm guessing, and probably the purlins is what I'm thinking. With the amount of help that's going to show up here today, things should go pretty quick. We got a boom to put on Jay's cat over there to actually boom up our trusses in place, so should go pretty easily. So let's take a look at the hole I had to dig back here. It's actually filling up with water now. Like I said, we have such excellent sand. It's got a little bit of gravel and clay in it too, so it really packs down nice. But this is the hole I dug back here, and then extended it over to this way too. So I moved a lot of dirt out of here yesterday. Get an idea, I'll step down in here and I'll kind of hold the camera at grade And you know, I'm probably a good 5 feet down in here. That's how far I had to dig down. That cat with those tracks is pretty incredible. The thing really has zero efforts at all going in and out of a hole like that. It's pretty cool. It's very nice of Jay to let us use that machine. And I saved any topsoil I scrape off the top. I always save that. That's really good material to put back down on top. And grass seed takes really good in that stuff. So I'm always pretty good about scraping that off and setting that to the side somewhere so we can use it again. Well, thanks for watching this video. I'm just going to keep it short. I'll try and maybe get a little video in today. Not sure if I'll link them together or if I'll just do another video of the building build here. So, but 28 by 40 pole shed is what it's going to be with a 9-foot ceiling. And we're doing scissor trusses. So our ceiling will be vaulted. And if you're ever going to do a pole barn, for the little extra cost it costs to do those scissor trusses, I'd recommend it. It was like $50 more per truss to do a vaulted ceiling, and what that does is gains us 2 feet more in ceiling height in the center of our ceiling. So well worth the $50 per truss. And we had to do four trusses like that, so you know, $200 to raise our ceiling up 2 feet was well worth it. So thanks for watching, guys.